Hey guys, what is going on? It's Adam Menner from BOS Sales Gym and obviously the business of strength here. On today's episode, I have something super cool and passionate that I want to talk to you guys about as it pertains to selling and marketing, but not from the actual selling and marketing side, from the training side. And this is something I'm very passionate about because I believe in today's industry, we are very blinded, or I should say, insulated by marketing, sales automations, making offers, branding. Those things are important, especially in today's age. Currency is media. The number one asset that you have is attention. However, as it pertains to brick and mortar and training, you need to ensure that your critical event, which is the training, coaching, and accountability that is happening on the floor, is still the main thing. But before I dive into today's session, don't forget on January 9th and 10th, Business of Strength is hosting our sales summit. Joe, Dan, myself, members from the Business of Strength, and we have a headliner, none other than Nikki Cass, on online social media guru, who's going to be headlining and talking about how to sell authentically through social media. That is January 9th and 10th. You guys can go ahead, get the tickets here in the bio. That is at the Nyack Hotel. That is a Thursday and Friday. So if you guys are local, to start your new year right, I highly recommend that you guys attend this event here. But let's get to the show. So as I was saying, I think that one of the biggest things that is lost on us is the ability and the love and passion for true training and coaching and accountability. Because we are a training business. If we were a barber shop, if we were an accounting firm, the critical event is managing your taxes and wealth advising, if we were a tax accounting firm. If you were a barber shop, the critical event is cutting your hair and making sure you look good. Guess what? In training, the critical event is training, coaching, and accountability. That is product. That is true development of what is happening and getting results with your clients. And the better that your product is, the more that you can support your coaches, develop your coaches, upskill your coaches as it pertains to coaching, communicating, working a room, and true accountability. That makes all of your other systems that much easier. If your product is not that good, you have to market and sell like an animal because you have to outpace possibly the attrition that could be happening as a byproduct of bad product. If your product is really good, so contrarily, your marketing and selling is just going to happen because people want to rave. You're going to create raving fans about your product. And people are going to refer, people are going to want to come to your gym, people are not going to want to leave. And what that does, are not going to want to leave. And what that does is that alleviates a lot of pressure from the marketing and sales team in your business, or if you're one-stop shop or one solo shop, just you marketing and selling. And you can actually mitigate spend on the marketing side because your product is so good. And so I want to make that clear that in today's episode, we are going to identify the 5 things that make a great training session or a great product on the floor. And I'm not talking about the true business side, schedule, capacity, money making hours, effortless experiences, digital experiences. That's all encompassing product. I want to go deep on one specific thing. That is money making sessions. And we're going to dive into the details of what we coach here at Varsity House. And this is a prelude to what I'm going to be talking about at the Sales Summit. So number one, and it seems obvious. It's like, yeah, no kidding, Adam. Like, duh. But getting results. Anybody can get results when you have a novice individual coming inside your gym. Let's just use a 40 to 60-year-old mother or father. They're out of shape. They haven't seen the gym for 10 years. That's typically what we're getting from a client acquisition standpoint. Well, I want to make sure that they're healthy. They're on no extreme medications. They don't have any exercise-induced asthma. And we're going to go through a basic assessment. They could benefit from 2 to 3 days a week of a 15-minute session of structured strength training while cleaning up their eating. But that's very easy to do. However, as we know, in our gyms, we have people, as Dan likes to say, that are furniture. They never leave. But the key is, how do I get that person results 1 month after month or quarter after quarter or year after year? Everything from how do I take them from a novice all the way to an advanced? And that is difficult. Getting results as people increase and they go from, like I just said, that novice to advanced? Do they need more volume, more variation? Do you need to change the duration, the frequency? Do you need to manipulate all different things as it pertains to recovering their nutrition? Only a professional fitness performance coach would be able to do that. Anybody could be a good coach for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, because that individual that you're typically working with in the private sector, athlete or adult, is a novice. So getting them results, they will respond and adapt to any stimulation. However, a true fitness professional taking somebody from point A, let's say month one, to 10 years and still getting results, still holding them accountable, that is only done by someone who has a high level of skill and actually cares about getting that individual results, point blank. So number one is ensuring that you're getting results. And we're not going to talk about X's and O's and programming, but you have to be getting results consistently over time. Number two, this is a service acronym that we use here at the gym. And I'm sure if you guys have been listening for a while, you have heard this. It is called SWIFT. Smile, work the room, instigate success, find a friend, and be thankful. Let's actually break this down a little bit, because I think, and I hear, even from our staff, sometimes it's misconstrued as what actually each letter means and how to bring that into a training session. Number one is smile. And now I know, of course, you would be shocked at how many coaches or gyms that I walk into, and the coaches, when they see me, they know I'm new. I've never been there. They don't even smile at me. They don't acknowledge me. What is that? Honestly, what is that? Smiling and addressing people. Smiling encompasses more than just a weird smile. Like, hey, I see you. Smiling is making eye contact, greeting them, going up to that person, shaking their hand, fist bump, and I'm acknowledging you. Hey, I see you. Welcome to our gym. How can I help you? And again, you're doing 20, 30, 40 sessions a week, smiling, greeting, instigating every single session, every single week, every single month, every single year is only something a professional can do. So smiling and again, welcoming that individual and setting them up for success is S. Number two, work the room. This is extremely important. This is something that I talked about a couple months ago, more about the fall, kind of end of the summer into the fall with our staff. Being really good at working the room and coaching and capturing people's attention is the gateway to the biggest superpower you can have in this world, which is communication. It starts with one individual making eye contact, making sure they're set up, going and getting their weights, setting them back up, making sure that they see that you're recording their results, you coaching, correcting, observing, you getting on one knee. That's working a room with one person, but then you have two people, three people. And we know a lot of gyms are running small group personal training. So working the room with 5, 6, 7 people is a superpower. How do I engage everybody? How do I find commonalities? Hey, Jill, what's going on? How was your golfing trip? Myrna over here, she actually just went golfing this Friday. She's way better than I am. You guys should connect. You're just constantly finding commonalities, connection points. You're constantly getting them to look at you, make eye contact, being a great demonstrator, instigating technique changes. All of those things encompass working the room. And to detour a little bit from this, if you can work the room with 5 to 6 people, that skill translates into being able to run a great meeting. If you can run a great meeting, you are developing leadership skills. Once you run a great meeting once, you do it over and over again, it compounds. Now you can present to a bigger group of people and bigger group of people. And all of a sudden, you are creating influence through your leadership because you, as a coach and a technician, are very good at working the room. Letter I, instigate success. This one drives me absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. If you are on the training floor and you see an individual who is not doing a push-up right, a row right, a lunge, a variation of a lunge right, compound movement, and you just let it happen, there are only two reasons, why that is happening. Reason number one, you do not care. Point blank, verbatim, you do not care. You're just looking at it. I'm okay. I don't need to, I don't feel the need that I have to address that person. I don't want to see them get better. So therefore, I am, I'm checked out. I'm checked out. Or number two, you truly don't know the technicality of that movement. So you don't know what or how to address. Therefore, you're not confident in your coaching ability. So I would rather have the latter than the former. But instigating success is I work the room, I demonstrate really well, I make sure everybody's set up, and then once I see it, hey, how does that feel? Hey, push your hip. So what I want you to do is keep your shin vertical. Just pull your hip back so that shin says vertical. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. That looks great. Or you're joking. Hey, those 15s looked pretty easy. Today's the day. We're going to 20s. No, we can't go to 20s. Look, why are you here? And you're making a deal out of it. And you're ensuring that they know that you care about their success. That is instigating success. Another part of that is also ensuring that if you do have a data collection process, which you should, that they see that you're recording their results and you're making it a point of emphasis. You're making it a point of emphasis. So it's not, okay, excuse me, okay, guys, here's the drill. You go do it. I turn my back for 3 minutes while I write on my notebook or punch in on the iPad, the computer, the numbers. It is, hey, John, what did you just use right there? You're using the 20s. You're going to go up? Okay, let's stay there. Hold on, just give me a second. I'm clearly communicating and setting expectation that I confirm that the weights that you're using, and I'm recording those results. Now in their mind, like, okay, cool. He's got me or she's got me. And that's extremely important. That is how you instigate success. Again, every session, every week, every month, every year. That's a pro. Letter F in Swift, find a friend. Find a friend. I kind of said it when I said smile, and that was setting the stage, if you will. But finding a friend is finding commonalities as quickly as possible so people feel comfortable. And that could be, hey, the questions that you ask, you know that they like X. And because you have a relationship with your current clients, you know they also like X. How quickly can I connect these two people? How quickly can I ensure that they feel comfortable training next to one another? That is going to create a vibe for the entire hour. That is going to create a vibe for the entire hour. So finding friends, and you don't have to force it, but finding friends is seamlessly making people feel comfortable in your gym by connecting commonalities, whether it's interest, whether it's training, whether it's certain goals that they have. So you have to ensure that you're documenting these things during your intake process and you're asking the right questions. But finding a friend is creating communities within the gym of people that love or have common interests. That is going to ensure that they look forward to not only seeing you, but seeing those people at the hours that they're booking their sessions. Find a friend. Lastly, thankful, and I'm going to add one at the end here. Thankful always. Hey, I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful for your business. Thanks for coming. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you can't say it enough. I think S and T work hand in hand. Smile and be thankful. Lost arts of communication that make a humongous difference. And also for you younger coaches, it's a great way to build confidence and a great way to build trust and respect because a lot of young coaches don't have that skill set. Communication, working the room, eye contact, listening, not over talking, being very clear and precise with your words. Those things are what make the difference. So T is be thankful. And the last one, this is kind of a one-off or a to be, if you will. Bam fam. Now, we didn't create this, but this is book a meeting, find a meeting, or make sure you confirm a session and book your following session. Confirming the time with that individual ensures that you hold them accountable and that they know that you know that you're keeping tabs on when they're coming, so they feel internally obligated to book that next session. So it could be, hey, John, thanks so much, brother. Can't wait to see you. When you coming next? You're coming Friday, right? Oh, I don't know if I could come Friday. Could you come Thursday or Saturday? Here, pull up your schedule real quick. Let's make sure we get you in for your session. That takes a minute, 2 minutes. But what I did was I ensured that they knew that I cared about their success. And also from a business side, I ensured that they're utilizing their sessions because we know one of the greatest indicators of attrition is lack of attendance or no-shows. So I'm ensuring that, hey, you just had a great session. When's your next one? Let's get it on the calendar as soon as possible. Bam, fam. Book a meeting, find a meeting, book a session, find a session. That was number 2, Swift. Number 3, this is something that is so important, not only from the training standpoint and delivering great service, I think even more so as a leader in your company. And this is clearly communicating what you were going to do and showing that you did it. In simple terms, doing what you say you're going to do. And here's what I mean. Within a session, you build rapport by creating mini wins, or you build rapport by fulfilling what you said you were going to do. And here are 3 classic examples. Example number 1. If I'm working with a new client, I'm working with this woman, her name's Sarah. She's awesome. Okay, she's this new client. I know she's timid. I know she's looking at her gym. I know she's looking at the equipment. I know she's thinking about how other people are perceiving her. So I'm going to build confidence by stating, hey, I'm doing what I said I was going to do. So if I'm working with her and she's making eye contact with me, hey, Sarah, can you give me 1 second? That band over there, I'm going to go grab that band and bring it over here. Okay. He goes and gets the band. He brings it over. He gave me the band. It's like so small and subtle. It's like, wait, okay. What does that mean, Adam? I don't understand. In her mind, I just said I was going to do something and then I did it. So then the next one would be, hey, Sarah, listen, I know you feel like you can't really use the 15-pound dumbbells. I'm telling you, next week, we're going to go to 20s. You're going to crush it. I just said I was going to do something. I built trust in her mind. So now she says, okay, like I trust this guy. He's a professional here. The following week, she does that. That's 2 wins. The next week, hey, look, I think we could get your body fat down, so forth and so on. And so now I'm creating expectation. When I say something, I fulfill it. It happens. And so now we're building trust, likability. She sees that I say that we're going to get results and we get results. So now she feels confident and she knows that every time she comes in the gym, if we say X, that's going to happen. And it seems so simple, it seems so small, but the reality is the language in which you speak and the way in which you do things is how you build a rapport. A lot of times people think rapport is like, hey, you like going to the bars on Fridays? Me too. You like Bob Dylan? I like Bob Dylan, so forth and so on. That's an element of it. But people care about fulfillment. People care about trust. People care about doing what you said you were going to do. And so by building those mini wins and sessions, making eye contact, hey, I'm going to go do this. Okay, no problem. Hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. The bathroom is right over there. If you need anything, please let Coach Chris know. I am constantly communicating things that are going to materialize. Therefore, they trust me. And now when you talk about training, when you talk about nutrition, when you talk about X, Y, and Z, those things are going to happen and they believe you. So number 3 is clearly communicating outcomes and creating mini wins. Number 4, there's a great book called The Power of Moments. And in every session, or you should try to strive for every session, you need to create moments. You need to create memorable moments within a training session. And here are 3 different examples as well. Example number 1 is from a communication standpoint. You could be you're busy, you're working the room, you're demonstrating, you're making corrections, you're typing in your results, you're setting the stage, you're cleaning up after them, you're bringing your weights. That is par for the course of a good training session. However, if you pull an individual aside amongst the group and you say, hey, John, listen, brother, I want to let you know, man, you're crushing it right now. You're using 50-pound dumbbells, dude. I'm looking at my True Coach right now. You were using 15, 20-pound dumbbells 2 months ago. We got to hold the line. I'm telling you, you feel better? And I'm creating this moment when he leaves the gym and he puts his music on in the car and he's driving. He's thinking to himself, damn, I am doing a good job. Wow. And now he wants to share that success. He wants to share that win with somebody. And that is how you create a memorable moment from a communication standpoint. Number 2, Somebody's going for a big movement, or in your programming, someone's trying to hit a big, we call them a lift, a big number. So they're going for a top set of 5 on a barbell bench. They're doing a top set of 10 on a dumbbell heel elevated goblet squat. That's a big moment. Change the music in the gym, call another coach over to watch, hype them up a little bit, hand them the dumbbell. Let's go, let's go. You got to stay in it. That moment of them hitting a big weight, pulling out your phone. I got to record this. This is going to be sick. That's a moment. You're creating a moment within a moment. And that is going to be memorable as, again, they go home, they talk about it. There's video evidence of it. There's pictures of it. You're creating a moment. Number 3 is this is educational. So the first one is communication. So now I'm bringing somebody aside, I'm communicating, I'm making eye contact, I'm letting them know how great of a job they're doing, I'm making a moment. Number 2 is going for a big lift, training, you're documenting, you're telling them that they're going to get big results here. We got to push, we got to go. You're playing the music. Number 3 is, like I just said, education. This is something that I always try to do, usually at the end of a session. So they're tired, they're moving around, it's a hard day, maybe it's a Wednesday, Friday, things are, it's a busy week, whatever the case may be. I bring up the group, I say, hey guys, look, most people your age, most people with your responsibilities are not doing what you guys are doing. This is different. You guys have to take pride in your training. When life gets hard, XYZ, the first thing that people put on the wayside is their training, but let's not let this happen. And so it's my job to ensure that we stay the course. So it's a little bit of motivation, a little bit of education. Holy cow, he's right. I didn't realize this. Or, hey guys, you guys look great right now. Here's one thing I think we could push then that you're strong. X nutrition tip, X recovery tip, X training tip. I'm creating a moment by educating them and building authority. So memorable moments happen by singling somebody out, making them feel special, communicating. A big training moment, the music, the vibe, let's get after it. Number 3 is education, entertain, build authority, and making sure that they know that by being with you, they don't get that anywhere else. So that's number 4, creating memorable moments. Number 5 here, this is true client management. Something I truly believe in. If you're a small business, if you're a privately owned fitness facility, which a majority of you guys are, you are a country club. You're not a regular gym. You're not some high-end Equinox, a high-end Lifetime. You are a country club where you know every member by name. You see their billing cycle go through. You know their needs. You know their wants. You are truly managing people. And so creating a true client management system that helps facilitate their success, that helps facilitate their needs, documents everything about that individual is super important. And I have 4 examples here that we use. I've talked a lot about the defensive scorecard, but this is more about the management side of things. And here are 4 things that you have to do. And if you do these things, you're doing more than most. Number 1 is managing attendance and session check-ins. Before and after, all the time, every day, every week, every month, every year, you should be able to see sessions. So see when people are checked in, or if they check in and then they don't attend that session, you write it down or you immediately message them. Hey, Adam, I knew you were booked in for the 7 a.m. time slot. Didn't see you, brother. Just want to make sure everything is okay. Can I book you for another time today? How long does that take? Honestly, how long does that take? So making that top of mind and managing people as they're attending, not attending, seeing seeing trend lines. Hey, they come a lot, they don't come a little. Are we checking them out? So forth and so on. Attendance management is number 1. Number 2, intentionally setting goal-setting sessions. This is something that we do every single week. We pick different people. So that one person is getting a goal-setting session every quarter, but it could be with a different coach. So we add a little bit of variety. If it's in one of our satellite locations, it's usually just 2 coaches. So once or every 6 months from each coach. But it's, hey, how can I help you? What do you want? What do you want to see? Let me take notes here. Let me spend time actually understanding your goals, your wants, your needs. I want you to see that I care and I'm documenting it. And then we'll follow up every month. We'll make sure that you're on track or off track with your goals. This is not happening in the session. This is happening before session, after session. This is a goal setting meeting. This is me taking time outside of coaching you to ensure that you feel that you are getting everything that you need. So that's number 3, is a goal setting session. Number 4 is instigating, or excuse me, reiterating moments that are happening on the training floor. So an example could be that individual hit, I'm using the goblet squat example. They hit a PR, 100 pounds for 10 on a heel elevated goblet squat. That's big time. I'm going to document that. And then I'm going to send a message personally to them, letting them know how awesome that was and how far they have come, and sending them that picture, sending them that video, and letting them know, hey, that's not normal what you just did. And again, creating that memorable moment and ensuring that I'm setting them up for success. So that's number 3, capturing, or excuse me, sending them moments that are happening on the training floor intentionally and making them a big deal. Okay. And number 4, this is something that we do that is a little different, but this is how we ensure that the entire company, as in terms of our members, know that they're getting results. And this is something that I implemented. I saved this for last, but it's called the training report. And we run every month what's called a Varsity House training report. Essentially, we take the results from the first week to week 4, and we could do their strength training, and we take their in-body, and we just show them, hey guys, as a collective, here's how much better we got. And I understand for you training nerds, hey, that could be super skewed. If they're a novice, they're going to improve a lot. If they're not, the gain is going to be marginal. That's why we take the average, and I explain that to them with a graph in a video that's very well done, so that they understand that we are professionals. And what we do in there is, hey, here's the results that we got as a collective. I understand that the results could be skewed, but here's for some of our advanced clients, here's from our novice clients. And then I highlight one person from each of our gyms. This person absolutely crushed at this block. If you'd like to be on the training report and be highlighted, let me know. And what's cool is people have really inquired about, hey, I want to be on there. Hey, I want to be the best performing person of the gym. And so we are engaging the masses, if you will, and we get to show that we really care about the results and that we are truly putting in a lot of time and effort on that front. So that's it, guys. That is 5 ways to make money during your training sessions. Everything centered around getting results. Notice, and this is going to be the second part of my talk, but notice how I didn't talk about referrals, selling, offers. That's the different part. This is more part 1, if you will. These are the things that I feel like are getting lost as it pertains to delivering the main thing, training. So thanks so much, guys. If you guys have any comments, questions, or you guys want to reach out to us, we're not hard to find. We look forward to seeing you guys at the Sales Summit. Let's have a great end to the year.